back to DIY with KB. I'm Kiva, and today we're doing a restoration hardware, dupes, and DIY video with an emphasis on our master bedroom because it was looking a complete mess. I wanted to bring that crisp, modern feel that we have in the living room into the bedroom, but for a really good price. Before I get into today's video, please remember to subscribe to my channel so I can keep bringing you great content, and check me out on Instagram at kiva.brent. On Instagram, I like to connect with you guys, give you interior design advice, and show you the dupes and DIYs that I encounter on the daily. So let's get into today's video. This is what our bedroom was looking like pre-transformation. We'd done that other bedroom transformation before, but we ended up not liking it. And then we kept moving furniture around, and then this is kind of just like where it ended up. I'm a little embarrassed, but it doesn't look like this now, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, this is the starting place. My first DIY is abstract paintings. The first thing you want to do is grab a canvas, an old one or a new one, and put spackle all over it. I use the pink spackle that dries white so that I know when it's completely dry so that I don't touch it prematurely, which I totally do every single time. I just used some leftover spackle that I had and added a lot of texture. Then I used my leftover super white paint from the other bedroom transformation. I wanted it to be white as a base layer and then to add some other color. I just literally just painted all over it. It really wasn't that hard, and I got this blue tarp from Amazon and I painted on top of that, and that's the tarp I use for all of my projects. After 2 coats of white paint, I got some black paint that I got from Michael's on a really good sale, and I just painted random lines, and I was fine with that. Of course, you know, when you're doing it, you're like, oh, this isn't good. But once you put it up on the wall, it looks really good. Abstract art is kind of just going with the flow and being confident about it. For my second DIY, I wanted to create concrete tables because they have a lot of those at Restoration Hardware, and I wanted to get that square shape, so I got some lag tables from Ikea, which are $9.99 each. I took one full table and then the top of another one, and I nailed them together, and luckily they had actually holes in the table already, so I didn't have to do any type of measuring. I had some leftover concrete from a past project, so I just mixed up some concrete. I didn't have to use any specific type of ratio because it was going on a table. I wasn't trying to hold up a wall or anything like that. So I just mixed it up using some water. Make sure to wear a mask and gloves if you're doing this because there's a lot of dust from concrete and it can really irritate your throat and irritate your skin. So after mixing it up, I just got my trowel and a measuring cup that I wasn't going to use anymore, and I just put it on the table and trying to get it as flat as possible. It was a lot of trial and error. The first one didn't turn out too well, so then I decided to use a trowel and my fingers and do some sanding in between. For my third and final DIY, I just wanted to add some gold detailing to my Malm dressers. So I literally got some gold foil contact paper, cut it out, and put it on the frame. That's literally it. Babe, put them back for me. Honestly, I think they look pretty good. Can you move? Okay, with the gold, without the gold, I think that looks pretty snazzy. What do you think? Waiter, what do you think? It looks better than I thought. This literally took me all of 10 minutes, and I just made sure to lay it down flat with a plastic joint knife. And I think it turned out pretty well. It added the gold detailing to the dressers, which I have elsewhere in the room, which you'll see a little bit later on. So we got these prints online and we're hanging them, and the way that we've chosen to do it is obviously to use the toothpaste stick, and then to determine the distance apart, I'm just using my yardstick and putting it in between, and that's just gonna be the set distance. And if I don't like that distance, well, I'm just gonna have to live with it. After hanging the gallery wall, we wanted to hang this mirror that I picked up from HomeGoods because they always have these mirrors in the Restoration Hardware Pinterest boards. And we also used the toothpaste trick to do this, and it involved me running from side to side really quickly. I was really stressed, but I really liked the way that it turned out. Next, Restoration Hardware delivered our bed, and they were so quick about it. They got here early, and it only took them 15 minutes to put together, which was amazing. Okay, so now that our new bed is here, I want to get started with the bedding. So we all love restoration hardware, that's probably why you're here, and you want to know about some dupes for bedding, because their bedding can be quite expensive, especially if you're looking for a down comforter or an actual like comforter insert. Those can run you between $600 and $1,000 there. So I wanted to show you some really good alternatives that I really love, that I've personally used, and prefer them over some higher end brands. This is the #1 thing that I got that I love. It is a hotel style comforter from Wamsutta. Wamsutta is Bed Bath & Beyond's brand. Like, it's only sold in Bed Bath & Beyond, and their products are amazing. We've been using them for 3 years now. We use their towels, their bedding, everything, and I love it. What's really good about this is Restoration Hardware has like a hotel collection as well, so they have the nice hotel borders. This has this as well. Let's see if you can see it here. If you can see in the picture there, that looks just like RH. And this whole set, because we have the Bed Bath & Beyond membership, which is 20% off everything, but you can always get a 20% off coupon online at Bed Bath & Beyond. But this ended up being around, I wanna say, what do you think?
140?
Around 140, which is an amazing price because it comes with shams and it's a full comforter. It's not just a duvet cover. So this is a really great solution if you don't want to have to deal with a duvet cover. We got these extra firm king size pillows from Wamsutta as well, which is again sold at Bed Bath & Beyond. And they're gonna allow us to get that nice, flat, modern bed look without spending a lot of money. Originally, they were each $20, but with our membership, we got 2 for $31. I went to this lady's house once, a friend, and she had Charisma pillows, and I literally tried to steal her pillow because it was that nice. I mean, quite literally, the best night's sleep I've ever had because I sleep really hot, and the sheets were comfortable, the pillow was amazing, and it turns out it was Charisma brand. And if any of you belong to Costco, you know that they sell this at Costco and it's so cheap. This whole king set is a 6-piece sheet set, 1 flat, 1 fitted, and 4 pillowcases, was $14. That is wild, and they're so comfortable, they're so nice, and if you're curious about them, they actually come with like the little swatch on the side. So right now they're on sale at Costco, but that's what we got. We wanted pure white bedding because that's like the Restoration Hardware vibe. So now I'm gonna make the bed and then get started with the other things. After hanging the mirrors and adding all of my decorative accents, we were finally done. Now, let me show you the reveal. Looking at you, feeling like I could never. In the way to the house are these paintings. I completely DIY'd them. You saw them a little bit earlier. The spackle was crucial. I love all of the texture that it adds. Honestly, I go to Home Goods and I like swipe on pictures to see if they're gonna have texture. They normally don't. So this was a great way to do it for a really good price because of course I have spackle in my house because I'm always putting holes in the walls. And I didn't just want to do these paintings, I wanted to add picture lights because they have picture lights everywhere in Restoration Hardware. So I got these ones off of Amazon. They are linked to a remote that they give you. They're really affordable, and they do this nice white light. They also do yellow light, and then you can do 50%, 100%, and you can put them on a timer. I think it really adds an extra level of elegance. And just so you know, if you're hanging picture lights, especially if you're going for the Restoration Hardware vibe, hang them really close to the frame. They don't always do that in other stores, but that's how they do it. And yeah, I really love them. I'm really glad I made this purchase. I was thinking about getting them from Ikea, but this was a better choice. I wanted to take these picture lights all throughout the bedroom. So everywhere that I have art, I added a picture light. So this is another painting that I did here. This one, I wanted to go all white because since our room is worldly gray, I wanted to add as much white as possible without having to paint the walls. This is, you know, I love this painting. It's just all about the texture and pure white. I think it really adds some brightness to the room and is really huge and takes up the space on the wall because I don't want too much decor. I love minimalism, I love modern. So you have to be really intentional with your placement, and I think this was a really good choice. So to create this table, like you saw, I grabbed 2 laths from Ikea and I poured concrete all of them. I used a trowel to smooth everything out. I really love how it turned out. It involved a lot of sanding and trial and error, but it was definitely worth the price because in total it was about 20 bucks. And you really can't even get a side table for that price of any sort of quality. So I'm really happy with it. To dress it up and make it look more Restoration Hardware, I wanted to add white boxes because they love to have the white boxes, the white books, just a lot of white stuff. Now those books are pretty hefty. They're pretty hefty, and so are the boxes. And I'm like, it's a box. So I went to Ikea and I got some white boxes. Took me 2 minutes to put together. These are from Ikea, $1.99 I believe. Funny story, they rung up as $230 and I was like, it's a box. I also got this lamp from Ikea. There were dupes for Restoration Hardware lamps on Amazon. I found a perfect dupe. I will link it below. It looks basically just like a mushroom cap. And it goes really with their style. But I like this more. It was a little bit more interesting, intricate, bringing that really modern vibe, so I chose this one. But they still have the gold and the mushroom dome that is very typical of Restoration Hardware. These, I think, were about 60 bucks. Again, I'll link them. Great choice. Let's talk about these paintings now. If you watch my last bedroom transformation, I went on Etsy and I printed out some prints. And that's how I did it, so this is what I did here too. I went on Etsy. I typed in abstract black and white prints. I got a 6 set, they're 16 by 20. I got 6 of them, I put them on the wall using the toothpaste method, and then I added a picture light, like I did to all the rest of my photos. I really love how they turned out, and they really frame the bed and create a focal piece above where we sleep. So I know you're all wondering about this big ticket item. I'm embarrassed about it, but I bought the cloud bed. And let me tell you why. Because I wanted it. That's why. That's the only reason. I'm gonna die in this bed, and I can live with that. But I will link some dupes to this bed, but I'm gonna sit here and tell you one thing first. Sometimes there just are no dupes. Restoration Hardware is pricey for a reason. They have high quality products and they kind of know what they're doing. So when it came to this bed, they were the best of the best and I bought it. But there are some dupes. Our house has the Rigby bed, which I will link below. It's very similar to the cloud bed. It's about half the price of this one. And then I kind of have an idea about how you can DIY a cloud bed. Obviously, I'm not going to do it, but if you're interested about my thoughts about that, you can obviously DM me and we can kind of figure that out together. But this was something that was worth the price for me. However, the bedding was not worth the price. You know, I told you last video, I love Bed Bath & Beyond, I love Macy's. And for a perfect Restoration Hardware dupe, I had to go to Bed Bath & Beyond. So to get a perfect dupe for the Restoration Hardware bedding, of course I went to Bed Bath & Beyond and I went to their Wamsutta collection. Wamsutta is only sold at Bed Bath & Beyond because it's their thing. And I just went to the hotel collection and got the things with the hotel border. You can honestly get anything with a hotel border from TJ Maxx, Marshalls, you just kind of gotta look for it. But this is really high quality. I especially love it because it's not just a duvet cover, it's an actual comforter. So you don't have to worry about the duvet cover and making sure everything is even. I steamed it a little bit, but you know, I was like, it's not worth that for me. But if you steamed it, it would look just like Restoration Hardware. It's really nice and white and crisp. I told you a little bit about this yesterday, so I'm not gonna blab on. I added the 2 Wamsutta pillows here with the 2 shams that the bedding came with. I almost forgot to tell you, I told you about the Costco Sheets yesterday. I took them for a run last night because I went to bed. And they're amazing. I slept like a baby. I always have a hard time staying asleep, being comfortable when I sleep, but these sheets, bomb. I know you don't believe me because they're only $15, but go get yourself a pair and let me prove you wrong. This is the part of the room that is not completely finished yet, and it's gonna take me a long time. I got this media console, a while ago. It's in my first Restoration Hardware video. I still don't know how to style it, but I want to talk to you about some amazing things that I got. This crystal, like it literally warranted that. I got it from Home Goods. I don't know if they priced it wrong or something like that, but it was $79.99 and it's huge. It's like pretty much like a foot long. That's incredible. I also got my nice big candles down there. I think they're a great statement. Babe broke my top, so don't come for me, it's her fault. But these candles, they smell amazing. And they're a great looking piece, I guess. In terms of on top of the media console, I went to At Home. At Home is a really good store if you want modern dupes. They always have really nice pots that look like the Restoration Hardware pots, but they're made of plastic, but no one has to know that. But I got this bowl from there. It was a little pricey for a bowl. It was like 50 bucks, but I really like it because, again, it brings some white. I also got the statue. Something about like Roman and Grecian statues just really gets me going, and it's very in tune with the RH vibe. And there are hundreds of, at Restoration Hardware, they're like this big and they're like $1,000. This lady here was, I think, like 50 bucks. And she's huge. I don't know if she's gonna stay, but I like her. I also wanted to add a big gold mirror, because that's like the #1 pin of Restoration Hardware on Pinterest, is a big gold mirror with decor below it. And I really wanted to add gold because I have it scattered throughout the room. And I got this huge mirror. It's actually 30 inches in diameter from HomeGoods. This mirror ended up being $179.99, which I think is a really good price for a mirror this size, because I was looking at Pottery Barn and everywhere else for a mirror of this size, and they were at least 500 bucks, and they weren't even this big. So they have tons of these at HomeGoods right now, so if you want one, go grab one. I got this other crystal from HomeGoods. It was about the same price as that one. This one is also huge, a little bit less heavy, and I just love the detail. Then I wanted to add the olive branches. You know, Restoration Hardware is known for the olive branches. I'm not set on the vase yet. I don't really like the clear here, but I got these from Michael's. Like I said, Michael's is having a great sale right now. These were originally $6.99. I think we got them for $2 a branch, and I think they look really nice. They're faux plants, so, you know, they don't look real, but they look really enough to me compared to some of the ones that I was finding on Amazon. So in terms of dressers, I was keeping my Ikea Malm dressers. They're really deep, they're high quality dressers. I was not buying anything new, and these bad boys really can't be painted unless you have hours of time to sand and resand and paint and sand again. I just wasn't doing it, so I got some gold contact paper and put it in between every drawer, so that you got that like gold band look that is so typical of Restoration Hardware. And I added it in, and honestly I really like that. It dresses up the dressers. It dresses up the dresses, and it ties in the gold that's in the rest of the room. I didn't really want anything else up here besides these. I also got these from HomeGoods. They are Tahari. Tahari is my favorite brand in the world. If anything says Tahari on it, I'll buy it. But I think they're really cute. I just have them on the other side. I'm probably gonna add like a tray here or something like that, probably with the shagreen texture to tie in that and kind of like the concrete color. But I don't have that yet. And then something else that I did that you guys thought was so funny last video is I finally mounted my television. Probably the most successful project that we've ever had as a couple. There was no screaming involved. But we got this really amazing and affordable mount from Amazon. Mounted our TV, and now I can swivel and do all those things. And that really made the space look clean and crisp. Thinking about adding like a big plant, a faux plant in the corner. But for now, I'm okay with the simple. That's kind of part of the modern vibe, and that's why I like to tell you, if you're trying to lead into modern and Restoration Hardware, you kind of got to be comfortable with the minimalism, because that is what really looks crisp and clean. So this, I didn't buy this for this video, but I wanted to tell you about it because I really wanted to know when I was looking on YouTube and I couldn't find anything. So Restoration Hardware has adjustable bases, which means that your bed can sit up in the front and the legs, and it can massage you and all that good stuff. And they're really expensive at Restoration Hardware, Tempur-Pedic, all those places. And I got an amazing one on Amazon. It's not plugged in right now because this bed is really heavy and I don't feel like lifting it to plug it in. But it's amazing if you have any type of problems with sleeping or back problems. It's a really great choice. And mine was only $600 for a king size, which is incredible. And it came literally in 2 days from Amazon. So I wanted to put you guys onto that. So this is the remote for the adjustable base. You can basically put up your head, your feet. There are 3 different program modes. You have TV, anti-snore, and zero gravity. I've never tried zero gravity because I'm uncomfortable with it. But the anti-snore is really good if you like to sleep on your back, but you don't want to be completely flat. That's what I do. There's also a flashlight on it. There you go. And then you can program it to massage you. It was a purchase that I was really nervous about making, but it's really transformed the quality of my sleep in all seriousness. So if you're looking for an affordable base, this is a really great option. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If I taught you anything, I hope it's that you can get that Restoration Hardware look without paying Restoration Hardware prices.
I went to Ikea, Bed Bath & Beyond, At Home, Home Goods, and was able to completely transform the space without paying too much money except for the bed. But again, sometimes you're gonna have to make that sacrifice and really invest in products if you really want them. But thank you so much for watching. If you wanna encounter more of my daily dupes and DIYs, please check me out over on Instagram at kiva.brent. I'd love to connect with you. It's been amazing chatting with some of you and giving you some advice on your spaces. Thank you so much for watching and have a great weekend.